Good morning, children. So, in the previous topic, you learned about the properties of solutions, that is true solution, and the types of solutions. So, today also let us continue with few more types of solutions. So, in the previous topic, that is types of solutions was based on the amount of solute present. So, based on that, you learned about the saturated solutions, unsaturated solutions, supersaturated solutions, etc. So, now coming to the next types of solutions. So, based on whether the solvent is water or not, they are classified into two types. One is the aqueous solutions and the other one is the non-aqueous solutions. Aqueous solutions is the one where the solute will be dissolved in water. So, water will be the solvent here. Whereas non-aqueous solution is a solution where water will not be the solvent, whereas some other liquid will be the solvent. So, let us take few examples. So, aqueous solution, you can give example of sugar solution, then salt solution, copper sulfate solution, etc. That means here sugar, salt or copper sulfate will be dissolved in water. So, water will be the solvent here. So, such solutions where the water is the solvent, such solutions are called as aqueous solutions. So, coming to the non-aqueous solutions other than water. So, the solvent will be other than water. Example you can give, that I was giving example of iodine in alcohol, then sulfur dissolved in carbon disulfide, etc. So, these are some of the examples for non-aqueous solutions where water will not be the solvent, whereas some other liquid will be the solvent. So, iodine in alcohol, so alcohol is the solvent here, then sulfur in carbon disulfide, so carbon disulfide will be the solvent here. So, based on whether the solvent is water or not, they are classified into two types, that is the aqueous solutions and the non-aqueous solutions. So, next, based on the amount of solute present, what will be the types of solutions? Let us know. Okay. So, based on the amount of solute present, again solutions are further classified into two types, that is the diluted solutions and the concentrated solutions. So, what do you mean by diluted solutions? The solutions in which a small quantity of solute will be present in a large quantity of solvent. So, such solution is called as diluted solution. Whereas concentrated solution is the solution in which a large amount of solute will be dissolved in a small quantity of solvent. So, such solution is called as concentrated solutions. So, when you look at diluted and concentrated solution, here little amount of solute will be present where the solvent will be more, whereas in concentrated the solute will be more and the solvent will be less. So, this is about the diluted and the concentrated solutions. Okay, coming to next topic, that is concentration of the solution. So, you have to learn, there are some problems on this which I will be teaching next. So, what do you mean by concentration of a solution? So, concentrated, nothing but the amount of solute present. Concentration is nothing but the amount of solute present. So, concentrated solution where a large amount of solute will be dissolved in a little amount of solvent. So, that is concentrated solution. So, concentration of a solution is the amount of solute present in a given quantity of the solution. Again, further in this there are two types. If the solute is solid, so there is one formula. If the solute is a liquid, then there is one more formula which I will be discussing next. So, you should know based on the amount of solute present, so diluted and concentrated solution, and the definition for concentration of a solution. So, concentration of a solution is the amount of solute present in a given quantity of the solution. So, this is the definition for concentration of a solution. Okay, children. So, now let us know more about the concentration of the solution. So, concentration of a solution is expressed in many ways, but for you, that is for your class, in the syllabus there are three methods which you have to learn. So, one is by mass by percentage of a solution. So, the formula will be mass of the solute divided by the mass of solution into 100. Next will be mass by volume percentage of a solution, where mass of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. Then volume by volume percentage. Next one is volume by volume percentage of a solution. So for this, volume of solute by volume of solution into 100. So these three formulae you have to learn for calculating the concentration of the concentration of the solution. So concentration I have already told you, it is the amount of solute present in a given quantity of the solution. So mass by percentage is why everywhere 100 is taken. So it is taken, percentage is what? It is calculated for 100. So therefore 100 is taken here. So mass of solute by mass of solution into 100, mass of solute by volume of solution into 100, then volume of solute by volume of solution into 100. So these three formula you have to learn. So let us solve few problems on this, then it will be easy for you to understand, children. So before starting with the problems, I would like to just tell you about the solubility of a substance. So what is solubility? It is nothing but the amount of solute that can be dissolved in a solvent at a particular temperature. So this is called the solubility of a substance. Now for example, if I take room temperature, so if I am taking 100 ml of water and if I am adding 5 grams of solution and go on stirring, so maybe so I go on adding the sugar at the room temperature till it becomes saturated solution. So the amount of sugar you have added until the solution became saturated at that particular temperature is nothing but the solubility of a substance. But what happens to the solubility of a solution, that is a substance? So as the temperature increases, the solubility also will increase. So I think in the previous topic only I had given about this jamun syrup, that is a sugar syrup. So as you go on increasing the temperature, the amount of solute that can be dissolved in that particular solvent also increases. So this is about the solubility of a substance. So let us solve more problems on this so that you can understand. So understand concentration of the solution, and this will be the formula for calculating the concentration of the solution. Okay, so let us solve the first problem. So the question here is, a solution contains 30 gram of sugar dissolved in 370 gram of water. Calculate the concentration of the solution. So children, so when you look at the values here, it is in grams, that is mass. We have to use the mass formula. So here concentration of the solution that is mass percentage we are calculating. So it is mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. So this is the formula. So mass of solute, it is given, see, a solution contains 30 gram of sugar. So here sugar is the solute. So here it is mass of solute will be 30 grams divided by dissolved in 370 gram of water. So that means you have to first calculate the mass of the solution. See, they have given 30 gram of sugar, that is solute will be 30 gram, solvent will be 370 gram. So what will be the mass of the solution? So the mass of the solution will be 30 gram plus 370 gram, because solution is what? It is the combination of solute plus solvent. So solute we know it is 30 gram, solvent we know 370 gram. So 370 gram plus 30 gram will give how much? It is 400 gram. So the mass of the solution will be 400 gram. So 30 by 400 into 100. So now I am going to cancel this. So 30 divided by 4. So it will be somewhere gram of water, 7.5 gram of solute will be present. So this is how you can calculate the concentration of the solution. So please remember, always concentration of a solution will be calculated per 100 gram. Okay, so that you have to remember. So this is one problem. So I will be teaching you one more problem, a different one. Okay, next problem. Calculate the amount of glucose required to prepare 250 gram of 5% solution of glucose by mass. So mass of solute you don't know. That is what we are supposed to calculate. That is amount of glucose required. So that means we are supposed to calculate here the mass of glucose. So mass of glucose, that is the solute we don't know, that we are supposed to calculate. Mass of solvent is equal to 250 gram. Then concentration of the solution, see, required to prepare 250 gram of 5% solution. So solution they have given it as 250 gram and concentration of the solution is also given, that is 5%. So concentration of the solution is 5%. Again I am telling you it is in grams, so we will be taking the mass percentage. So concentration of the solution by mass will be equal to mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. So 5% is equal to x by 250 into 100. So after calculation I will get as 12.5 gram. That is, the 12.5 gram of glucose is required to prepare 5% of the solution. Okay, got it children? So this is about the concentration of the solution. So few more, there are few problems given in the textbook where you can just go through, and if you have any doubts, you can contact me. Okay, thank you.